Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 9th of January 2013. And here we are. In the jolly old new year, the world's the world, as ever. And I'm in England, where there is good and evil as elsewhere. I'm British. My father and father's people were from King's Lynn and Norfolk. My own father fought on the Somme in the First World War. My mother's people were Scottish, and my mother's brothers and so on, they all were in the Second World War. My mother is a nurse and so on. But my grandfather, who trained at Guy's Hospital, London, he was from Stockport by Manchester, Lancashire, left Little England. Couldn't stand the old boy network, public school tie, all that stuff. Oh, what school did you go to? Oh, I say, my dear chap, and all that stuff. Went out to Eastern Cape in South Africa, Bedford, Eastern Cape, obviously not Bedford, England. Had a hospital built. Also developed a farm out in the bush. A fine man, my grandfather. My own father couldn't stand England either after the Somme and all that stuff. Your country needs you. Yeah, brilliant. So he went out to Ghana, the Gold Coast, and ran the railways. So I've wrestled with this too. Why do I come back to this England, spelt with a small E? Well, I'm here. And it would appear that it's God's will, because all that has interested me now for many years is to seek and find God's will for me. And here I am in this place, which I'm gradually civilizing, making habitable, shall we say. And now I discover my son has committed suicide in August 2011, so a year and a half ago. No one let me know. Now, I've been acutely conscious of this for the 20 years since the marriage broke. My son was born November the 12th, 1992, and the marriage was broken. My former wife just wanted what she could get out of me, primarily the child, any money she could get her hands on, and so on. Had nothing whatsoever to do with me. She was abused sexually by her own father, a Mr. Bruin, an RAF chap who used to train the SAS to kill people. The mother covered it up in their marriage. The grandmother of my son, Robert Francis, is dead. That is the story. But the little English system didn't spot this. And I, who come from a good family, have then spent the subsequent, basically since I met that woman, my former wife, who shall be nameless, 22 and a half years spiritually homeless. That too was God's will. We met through our horses, 7 miles one side and 8 miles the other side. I was in Newport Pagnell, my former wife was by Bedford, England. She had 2 horses, I had 1, and we met in a yard in between. She was already divorced. I don't trust divorced women. Now I know. Doesn't matter what they say. I hold primarily, I will not harbor hatred in my heart. So God is responsible for this. I was presumably, at the age of 32, back in 1990, responsible for my own actions in marrying that woman. The child came very easily, but in the world, the joyous upside for me is, over the subsequent years of personal suffering, I have become a beautiful, powerful Christian spirit. This is what I am now, at the age of 56. Here to serve God. So that is God's work. The suicide of my son, I'm quite sure he missed his daddy. Me, his father. Where's my daddy? Why wasn't my father there to wipe my tears when I fell over playing football or whatever? Because the English legal system denied it. And my former wife. So there we are. There's only love in my heart, the love of God through Christ. I accept God's will, like Job in the Old Testament. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. So then this is the devil's work, if you like. And I absolutely do not turn to hating. Absolutely not. It's a self-destructive emotion. I accept God's will in everything. The one that still gets me is, I've been in Africa with babies dying of AIDS and stuff. One in particular, little Luke, I've made a number of films about it. And he died in my arms and whatever. Where was God then? That's the question. I just cry. Now, where will this lead to? I know not. All I know is that I am here in this world as a willing servant of God. There is only love in my heart. The two commandments. Love God. Love your neighbor as yourself. Who is my neighbor? The whole world, especially these days. So I know not where this love will take me, but I know that there is love. The love of Christ. The love of God through Christ in all my being. And as ever, take up your cross and follow me each day. I pray for God's guidance to guide me to His purpose for me in His world. Amen.